All right, before we get this episode started, after you watch this, if you enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my channel. A big thank you to you for that. Now, here's this week's episode. Our opening day on the water didn't start until Saturday afternoon around 2 p.m. But before we get into this too far, first, let's go back and take a look and explain some of our preparations and homework that led to our successful opening day muskie hunt. Now, locating and catching muskies is like putting a puzzle together. First, let's take a look at the lake we are muskie hunting on for opening weekend. This is a 220-acre lake located in Oneida County. And as you can see on this map, it is a deep water lake with sharp drop-offs from shallow shoreline areas and shallow bays for spawning springtime muskies. Number one, this lake's 220 acres makes it an ideal lake to search out active muskies without spending a lot of time covering water as you would on larger lakes. So in a short period of time, throwing search-type lures, you can identify active muskies. Number two, let's orient ourselves to the north, south, east, west directions of this lake. Now for early season muskies, this lake has 6 bays, 4 of which are northern bays that warm faster than the other bays to attract spawning muskies. And muskies usually spawn at water temps that range from 49 degrees to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, as the muskies leave the spawning areas, the feed bag goes on for the post-spawn energy-depleted muskies. Number 3, learn the post-spawn muskies' tendencies and habits. Now, these muskies have set up in ambush areas not far from spawning bays. Any energy used by post-spawn muskies will be for feeding rather than traveling long distances. Look for reeds, weed beds, the greener the better, down trees, and sunken brush piles in somewhat close proximity to the spawning bays they just left. Now, the main food source at this time is perch and smaller minnows. Downsizing lures is a most important step in springtime muskie hunting. Smaller lures and live bait rigs have taken a lot of muskies at this time. And number 4, get out and scout prior to opening day, even if it's only for a half a day on the water. Current intel gives you a great advantage. Find the cover areas closest to spawning bays. And any data about spawning muskies can be added to the information you've researched already. This might be the piece of the puzzle that puts your plan all together. Now, most importantly, document and keep records. Over time, in reviewing your muskie log, patterns will emerge and become clearer, thus allowing you an advantage over your quarry. You know and have a better understanding of the tendencies and habits of the mighty muskie. Now, prior to the muskie opener on Saturday, we arrived Thursday night right after work. After unpacking, Sandy and I settled in by the lakeside fire pit for a nice campfire. Now, Friday morning found me at the boat launch, and in no time, the trailer was empty, and I was out on my scouting mission to prep for tomorrow's muskie opener, here in northern Wisconsin's Oneida County, in the heart of musky country, USA. I spent most of the day scouting out what I considered all 6 possible spawning bays, and those cover areas located in close proximity to those bays. I spent the most time in the 4 northern bays and the close ambush areas because of warmer water there. But all of those bays were already in the upper 50s for temperatures, which is the upper end of the spawning temperatures for muskies. Now, based on the warmer water, my theory is that in these northern bays, the muskies were probably done spawning a lot earlier and might have moved even farther away to ambush points, as they may have started their next phase of pre-summer movement patterns. Plus, I saw no evidence of muskies currently present in those bays or any ambush spots close by. Nor did I see any sign of any recent muskie activity. As I moved from bay to bay throughout the day, I found I was not the only one scouting these bays. I had company. A blue heron was also perched higher on a rock, looking into the water for sign of his next possible meal. Now, remember my suggestion on keeping a muskie log for future reference? Well, as I was scouting the possible spawning bays, my muskie log triggered a memory of seeing a couple of spawning muskies side by side in a bay on this lake, and in a specific area of that bay, the northeast shoreline of this southeastern bay. So I returned to check water temps in that specific area, and I found the precise optimum water temps in the 52 to 55 degree range along that northern portion of this bay. This is a specific area that warms faster than the rest of the bay. Now that became the first piece of the puzzle. This area might still be an active spawning area. Now I let my boat drift through this area quietly, not wanting to spook any spawning muskies that might be present. And lo and behold, along the break line from 5 to 10 feet, I drifted over this muskie, which I managed to get a few pictures of. The puzzle picture was starting to take shape. First, here is a more detailed look at the structure in this area. Now, gray dots indicate rocks or boulder piles. Green indicates weed beds, both surface and submerged. And the brown star indicates areas of sunken or surface timbers. And the red star indicates the location of the muskie photo. Now, with this current active muskie intel, I started taking a closer look at ambush areas that could hold muskies just outside of this spawning bay. And I did discover a specific area on a northeast shoreline that had weed cover and was holding a large group of baitfish minnows, which in turn would attract larger feeding fish, and then would attract the predators, the muskies. Now, with my scouting session finished, I felt I had completed the pieces of the puzzle to put together a good plan of action for opening day. Now, before we head out on the water, let's take a look at the weather forecast for today. Air temperature, a high of 57 degrees is expected. The water temp will range from the upper 40s to the upper 50s depending on lake location. Sky conditions are overcast and cloudy. The barometer is at 28.32 and rising. Wind speed is mild at 5 to 10 miles per hour and is out of the south-southwest. Moonrise is at 3:12 p.m. Moonset is at 2:51 a.m. and the moon phase is a 3/4 moon. Sunrise is at 5:14 a.m. and sunset is at 8:30 p.m. With an afternoon start, the two key musky windows are moonrise at 3:12 p.m. plus or minus a half hour, and sunset at 8:30 p.m., again plus or minus a half hour. The RO360 crew will have 2 boats on the water this afternoon. My brother-in-law Craig and my nephew Steven will be in their Fisher bass boat, and I'm musky hunting solo in my tracker bass boat. Now, let's check out my lure selection for this afternoon. For my search lure, my #1 choice will be a white bucktail with a red trailing feather and a blue and white willow leaf blade, as I'm trying to match the Cisco forage available in this lake. And I'll also be using a blue and white colored musky-sized flatfish as a secondary follow-up or change of pace lure on a high percentage area. Again, this color pattern is supposed to match the Cisco forage in this lake. So let's get this musky hunt started. Now my starting spot will be the bay with the boat launch on the northeast corner of the lake. You can hear a boat motor running in the background as a boat is launching. With the 2 RO360 crew boats out and this boat going out, this 220-acre lake's high percentage musky spots may get crowded really quick. Now our 2 RO360 boats have a walkie-talkie line of communications between us. We can keep each boat informed on activity or call for help with a musky catch if need be, especially if you're fishing solo.
Yeah, did you just call me? Oh no, nothing from here.
After working this smaller bay and point for about a half hour with absolutely no luck, it's time to move on. And with a window of opportunity between 2:45 p.m. and 3:45 p.m. with moonrise at 3:12, I'm heading to my hot spot from yesterday's scouting mission. Now, as I work the outside of the bay, Craig and Steven are planning on working in the bay itself, concentrating on the structure area on either side of the mouth of the bay. I started at the point and started to work the shallow shoreline, around 5 foot deep or slightly less, and worked my lure out to the break line at the 10 to 20 foot drop, making sure I covered ambush areas with multiple casts from various angles as I worked down the shoreline to my target area. I was hoping that my intel from yesterday's scouting would soon pay off with having this moonrise window of opportunity. As I worked my way down the shoreline, I couldn't have timed it better. It was 2:40 p.m. as I began my approach casting to my hotspot. And it wouldn't take long as all the puzzle pieces came together in a dramatic fashion. And 20 minutes before the 3:12 p.m. moonrise, which is well within the plus or minus half-hour allowance, and just on the east edge of the hotspot, it finally happened.
Fish on. Fish on. Nice size. Nice size. Ooh, is he taking line? I don't know that he's ready. Underneath the bowl. Oh, he's taking a line. Back under the bowl. He's not ready. I think he's ready now. No. Got it. Ooh. Tell your dad to get over here, Big Fish Bay. I got one in the net.
That's fair, okay. Coming.
Well, I got him off. I almost lost him. I went to net him, and he tangled up in the lip. And I thought for sure he was going to get out, but I managed to scoop him and everything. Yeah. And then he came loose.
Is he in there?
Oh, he's in there.
Wait.
He's legal. He's pushing 40. I didn't measure him yet.
Well, you ready to pull them out? Oh, that's a nice one.
Well, you guys got the camera, so the only thing I'm going to do is hold them up here. And then I'll rely on your stills.
His nose is out of the net.
That's okay. I want to get them upside down here and get them out. Hey, buddy. Welcome to my boat. First one of the season, guys. One quick one here for the video.
Hang on, I got a crappy shot.
Nice fish.
Here, you gonna measure him?
Yeah. Look at old Mossback. Look at his back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna weigh him too.
Oh, never mind. He's got a bite mark in his face.
That's spawning. Maybe it's fine. Right over here. right along the shoreline.
What are you throwing?
Bucktail.
Yeah.
You nailed that. I was using your flatfish, and right in here he come out of, right
Yeah.
by that wood. Now I got to get a weight on him. I got the fight on. Who did he take? Wait till you see this on film. Did he take line? I thought under the boat, 2-3 times under the boat. I had to drop the net once or twice.
Oh, did you? Okay. Just gonna weigh the net.
Damn. Come on, make it. 19.6, 19, 19.5, 19.7, 19.11,
19.7.
19.7 again, 19.8. Let's call him 19 and a half pounds.
19,
Didn't
yeah.
get my first 20 pounder,
Yeah.
but 19 and a half pounds.
Yep.
Okay, let's get a measurement and he'll go. Stay in there. Hang on, come on. There we go. Straighten up. Get your head up there. I got you. She ain't 40. I'm gonna call her. Right there. I'm gonna call her 38.
I was
An
gonna
honest
say 38. Yeah.
An honest 38, but 19 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute though. I gotta subtract the weight of the weight of the net. All right, let's get her released.
Well, what's the net?
Couple pounds. I'll reweigh it.
Yeah, just weigh the net once you get them released or released.
You know what though?
I got my. Oh, that was a nice picture. That girth. Pick them up like that again.
I can't. Just put them in. Oh, don't get away on me. There we go. There we go. There. This is what I want. Catch and release. Okay, buddy. Whenever you're ready now. I know I put you through a lot of shit. There you go. Yes. Yeah, I'd say definitely an honest 38. Now.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Let's weigh this thing. I had him at 19 and a half. 1 pound, 4 ounces.
So 18.
19 and a half, 18 pounder. 18
change.
pounds, 38 inches.
18 change.
I was going to call right away and tell you to get over here, and then I thought, no, let's get him in the net first. Then we'll call. And then when I went to net him, he shook, and the damn hook got stuck right just inside the net. I got 7/8 of the fish out in the water and just his head in the net. And I'm thinking, oh, he starts shaking. I'm going, there he goes. But I took the net and I flipped it backwards and scooped up, you know, and I ended up getting him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm happy. First one of the season.
Hi everybody. Well, I hope I was able to pass along some of my musky insight to show you how to prepare for our upcoming musky hunt. And although I can't guarantee that this type of result will happen every time you do your musky research and scouting, but what I can tell you is that if you learn to put together the pieces of the musky puzzle as I did in this video, you will become a more proficient musky hunter by consistently putting the percentages in your favor and not the muskies. And don't forget, at Rapant Outdoors 360, we're keeping it real. We're going to show you all of our successes as well as all of our attempts. After all, it's all about the journey that you follow to become successful on your outdoor adventure. Or you experience the character building and gather the additional knowledge as you try to complete your outdoor goal. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next Rapant Outdoors 360 video. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys.